And for more now on how schools will operate this fall, we bring in Addison Davis. He's the superintendent of the Hillsborough County Public Schools in Florida, which includes Tampa. It's the 7th largest school district in the country, and it's now a COVID-19 hotspot. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So in your district, you're actually giving parents the choice. They can either send their kids back to school or keep them home with remote learning. You're offering this opportunity for parents to decide. Are you concerned about even trying to reopen and have that physical presence with coronavirus cases still rising in Florida?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You see that, Florida continues to grow in the number of cases, and Hillsborough has had an upward trajectory, recently. However, at the end of the day, we have to get to a point where we're trying to connect with our kids as often as much as we can. We know as educators, the best way to educate children is from a brick and mortar classroom with a high quality teacher. And, from our side of it, we've had 3 guiding principles that we've led the work to be able to build our reopening plan for our community. The first is to make certain that we have a safe environment for not only our students, but for our employees as well. And then we want to make certain that we have and provide a high quality experience to every one of our learners. And the third one is choice. We want to make certain that parents have a choice and can select the best avenue for their child as they transition back to the educational classroom or through a virtual learning platform.
And when you surveyed most parents, was there a general consensus? Were they concerned about in-person classes or have a preference toward distance learning?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a concern. It's known, COVID-19 has created angst in every household. Through our survey, what we've learned is that 56% of our students want to return back to brick and mortar, and 44% of our students are, going to journey down the e-learning process or through Hillsborough Virtual. So, we're ready and geared up to meet them where they are, to be able to provide that high quality lessons in order to help them not only prepare them for the educational experiences, but also prepare them for jobs that do not exist today.
Decisions, of course, about how to run schools are typically made at a local level. But now that we're in this global pandemic, do you think that it would be helpful to have a national plan and more assistance from the federal government? And what kind of federal help, if that were the case, would you want?
I mean, I'm excited about having local control in reference to being able to build up plans, but I'm also attractive to be able to have, federal guidelines about how reopening will look and how it should look. One thing we've done, and I've done as superintendent, I've connected well with the Department of Health, also with our local partnerships with Tampa General Hospital and USF Health. What they've done is we just initiated that partnership where they review on every item within our reopening plan, from transportation to structured movement to how we do lunchrooms, how we provide instruction, how we create a managed space within our classroom. So, it would help to have additional guidance, but we're doing it on the ground. Superintendents are working every single day, and their staffs, along with educators and school boards, to be able to get this right. But it's going to take having those partnerships with the health authorities in order to refine our strategies so that we can be able to provide a safe environment for every one of our learners.
And of course, you just talked about the benefits of the brick and mortar learning. Are you concerned that American students are potentially falling behind because of the remote learning?
It is absolutely. It's the potential. We have some learners that are thriving. They love it. But we do have a cohort of students that are maybe 1 or more years behind, whether it's in literacy, mathematics, and science. It really is creating a divide. There's inequities that exist, and there's different readiness levels with our learners. And we know in Hillsborough County, our students have not been in school since March. And we know that intellectual divide is growing daily. So we're trying to do everything we can to get back in a safe manner, do it in a calculated approach to be able to help them excel and succeed along the way.
In our last story, we were talking about what happens if someone in the classroom gets coronavirus. How will your schools handle that? And are you concerned that you might need to close schools again shortly after reopening them?
You know what? We have put a thoughtful plan together in partnership again with Tampa General Hospital along with the Department of Health. We're going to have an immediate action. We have a COVID commander within our school district, and we have a COVID point person at every one of our schools to be able to identify, whether it's a student or an employee, and start immediately with the, a contact tracking system, so we can start to actively engage and see where that learner has had touch points with students or in particular classrooms, so we can start the process of informing parents, start the process of quarantine if necessary, and also being able to have a deep clean in our rapid response team triage our school, whether it's a wing, a particular classroom, or a hallway, a common area. We are prepared to go. So definitely concerned. We're not going to shut down this entire school district again like we did in March unless we're providing direction from Tallahassee. But we will be calculating and determine whether or not it's a classroom, whether it's a wing, to be able to be thoughtful about what we have to be able to do in order to get our schools back up and running and protect that learner or that employee.
Superintendent, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.